Hello and welcome to another chapter of the Tao Te Ching. We're looking at number 47 today, engaging with manifestation. This one, so we are currently engaging with manifestation, right? Anytime we are touching stuff, looking at stuff, talking with things, like engaging with manifestation. I am, like, my body and my I don't want to say my mind, but it is my mind. My thoughts, all of these things are manifest. Right? There are things that are unmanifest, and there is part of us that is not manifest. It is running through us, but it isn't manifest. And so, engaging with manifestation is anything that you do, anything that you plan to do, anything that you like. All of your waking is manifest. All of your waking activity is manifestation. So engaging with manifestation is engaging with the world around you. Now, the world around you is created from something deeper, from something more subtle. And that thing in these chapters or in these verses is a Tao. We can call it God, or we can call it the universe, we can call it Planck scale, we can call it, anything. You call it what you will. It doesn't matter. But once it is a thing, once it is manifest, it is part of manifestation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to look at what it means to engage with manifestation today. And we're going to look at that. And it's going to be a little like, hey, don't do this unless you first engaged yourself. And I think that's what happens all too often to us as children. Our parents, we live under the influence of our parents, and our parents are engaging in the manifestation, and they tell us to engage in the manifestation. They want us to get good grades and be good in school and be good kids and all of these things. And all of that is manifestation. The thing that they are missing is that that's not us, right? That's what they want us to be. They want us to be good kids because that makes their job easier. Why wouldn't they want us to be good kids? Of course they want us to be good kids because they don't have to live it down when we do something that makes them embarrassed or whatever. And so they try and raise us right being easy for them oftentimes. So we're going to look at this. What it says here is you can understand all things touched by Tao. I almost said God there. Touched by Tao without leaving your room. You can see all things touched by Tao without opening your eyes. The more you trust the manifestation, the less you trust yourself. Thus, the master never engages the manifestation without first having engaged herself. In so doing, she achieves everything without ever having considered it. Okay, so there's a bunch to kind of cover here, but in so doing, so by her first engaging herself before manifestation and realizing that she is at one with Tao, she achieves things, but she's not like we read knowing when to stop on 46. Like, she isn't trying to achieve something. She doesn't have an expectation of what she's going to achieve. She engages herself and says, I am perfect. Now I will engage manifestation. I am perfect. I am manifestation. Everything that is manifestation is me, is in me. We all want the best for all things. Now I move forward into manifestation, rather than allowing manifestation to come in without having first engaged the idea that, wait, this is all me. And this brings us to the first lines. You can understand all things touched by Tao without leaving your room. Why? Because Tao is here. Tao is within you. Tao is touching everything. There is nothing that you are not touching. You don't have to go see the world. The world is within you. And you can engage that world if you are still. You can't engage the world while you're on your computer, while you're, looking up stupid videos on the fucking internet, right? Like this isn't real. Right? This is manifestation. Now, this might get you to a place, right? So this might inspire you to start being quiet and being with yourself and doing your own thing. But really, like, you can understand all things by being still. Now, A lot of people say, well, if you don't travel, then, you're stupid, or you're not worldly, dot, 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 dot. Well, I would say that can be true if you don't travel and spend all your time watching television and running around on the internet and thinking that you understand the world when you don't, because you haven't first engaged yourself, right? Thus, the master never engages manifestation without first having engaged herself. I think most people that we would, maybe, like I would say, a lot of people that travel just inherently think they're better. And it's not true, because they're going out chasing shiny things again. They might be a different kind of stupid, you can see all things touched by Tao without opening your eyes. Why? Because you don't have to, all of the things that are touched by Tao don't exist. It's just manifestation. Tao is the only thing that exists, and that's within you. And so when you sit and you close your eyes, you see what's real. You can quiet your mind. This is why I took a dark retreat, because when I spent those 5 or 6 days in the dark without being able to see anything, I saw truth. I saw what was really there, and it's nothing. There's nothing out here. There's nothing here for me. It is all here. And when I engage this first, this becomes easy. This becomes just like, oh, I'm just observing it. I don't have to engage it, and I don't have to believe it. I don't have to succumb to it. I don't have to do anything. It just is. So I surrender to this and let it be. The more you trust the manifestation, the less you trust yourself. Oh. The more you trust me, the more you trust others, the more you run out, look for coaches and therapists and all this bullshit. That's not to say you don't need those things, but the more you trust them, the more you put your trust in more and more and more of that stuff, the more you lose trust in yourself. I have a saying that I just have started playing with, which is, every business needs to work towards its complete, it needs to be not important, right? It needs, I forget the word, I think it starts with an O. It needs to go away. Every business should work towards going away. And if it's something that can't go away, like internet, electricity, whatever, things like that, things that society is starting to depend on, I think then it becomes a public trust. But every business should work towards its own closing, its own the ability for it to just go under. Because if you're solving a problem, solve the problem and get out. Do something else. If the problem you're solving is, I want people to buy shit, well, then you're just manipulating them. If the problem you're solving is, we want to make delicious food, and more delicious, and more experience, and more this, it's just adding fucking bullshit to everything. And it's it's already, I hope, I know if it's true for me, I hope it is for you, that the world has just got too much garbage in it. And I don't want to engage it anymore. And so this is what it means by the more you trust the manifestation, the less you trust yourself. It's don't trust it. The manifestation is fooling you into thinking that it's real, but it's not. You're real. And when you close your eyes, like it says in the beginning, you can see all things touched by Tao without opening your eyes. You can close your eyes and be still. And that shows you everything in the universe, not just in the world. But it's subtle. It's not going to be like a flashy YouTube video, it's not going to be like a scrolling 90 minutes of Instagram, color after color after color after breast after this after that. It's all it's all so stupid. that's one of my big sayings these days. It's all so stupid. Thus, the master never engages manifestation without first having engaged herself. And that's the point of this verse, is don't engage the manifestation without first being with you. If you can be with you, then you won't be fooled by manifestation. And you can engage manifestation all you want, because it's not going to fool you into believing it's real, because it's not. In so doing, she achieves everything without ever having considered it. She's not sitting here with expectations and ideas of wants and desires and needs that she wants. She's going out into the world and she's being. She's being who she is, connected to Tao. So that's chapter 47. Thank you for joining me, Abe DLS. Same for people who don't read books. Yeah, I'm not a reader, to be quite honest. But it's true. I do think that traveling and reading kind of go hand in hand. And I think if you read without, as this verse says, if you read or if you travel without first having engaged yourself, it can be useless. Like, you can still end up thick as a brick, without, and once again, just like engaging the manifestation, you lose trust in yourself. I think sometimes when we read books or travel or do these things, it's not 100% across the board, but when we do those things, we can lose faith in ourselves, lose faith in that deep knowing. Of course, reading books helps us readjust and guide us through certain things, but it's important that we, the master never engages manifestation, reading books, traveling, whatever, without first having engaged herself. Now, we're all living under the influence of our parents, and so there's all of these sort of caveats to all that. But I also want to be like, look, reading books is not going to get you to know yourself necessarily. It's not going to be the thing that's going to help you know yourself. Traveling isn't going to be the thing that helps you know yourself. Going on pilgrimages isn't going to be the thing. The thing that's going to help you personally is going to be very different than it has been for anybody else. It's going to be a thing. And if you engage yourself first, if you just sit quietly and listen, you will find yourself finding yourself in ways that you've never known. There is no one answer. It's not going to be going to different restaurants. It's not going to be traveling. It's not going to be reading. It's not going, maybe all of those things will contribute to it, but it's not going to be that thing. I am not a reader. I don't enjoy it. I've tried, I've done it. I've read books. And I've read books because I don't like to read. And it's been a challenge, and it doesn't mean I don't read. But it's not something that I do, very much. And now I've even stopped listening to audiobooks and everything, just because it's all too much. It's like taking in more and more content all the time. Even this is garbage content. I hope that you guys benefit from it in some way, but it's like, I'm just throwing more garbage onto the pile. I hope there's some value here, but really, you are the value, not this, not the next video, not the last video, not any of it, right? You are the value, and you're the value that is in the world, and engage that before you engage the world. And you're going to find that you're a lot more beautiful than you probably know. Thank you so much for joining me. This, once again, is the Tao Te Ching. This was chapter 47. I'm Martin John. And until next time, keep recovering yourself.